Welcome! Hey, you made it to another Scramblin University. Well, you're probably not as surprised to be here as I am. Oh my gosh. Yeah, it got a little cold in Seattle. It's dropped into like 40s to like, it's running that like low 40s, high 50s bump with rain nonstop. So I moved to the inside studio this morning. Let's see. I'm still fucking around with it. Oh, yeah. Okay. I was going to have up a super cool backdrop and all that. But yeah, no, it seems to be overwhelming my computer. Or my computer is underwhelming it, I guess you would say. Scrap wants to be part of the show. Or, we got a great interview. Okay, so I went down to SRF. I was going to teach my whole, like, how to build a Vortex brewery, yada, yada. And man, yeah, that was just an excuse to go, really. A reason to get down there. I went down to meet people and hook up with everybody. And man, oh man, woof, target-rich environment. Holy smoke. So many creators, so many people that fucking get it. Just get it. So you're about to meet Jared with revolutionsolutionpod.com. So it's a podcast, Revolution Solution Podcast. And I grabbed a shirt off of his rack, and I want to show you this before we get on, because we're going to talk about this a bunch, but check this shit out. I just loved it, so I grabbed it. Permaculture, anarchy, Bitcoin. And that symbol is the interlocking triangle symbol. Reminds me the most about the decentralized nature of the actual universe. Oh, fucking A. Okay, so without much fanfare and ado, and since my background is all fucked up and not working how I want it to, on with the good part of the show. All right, Jared from Revolution Solution. Welcome.
Huzzah.
Fuck, huzzah.
Oh, man, we're off like a herd of turtles.
I love that fucking remark, huzzah. You know where I learned that from this old fucking Marine. His name was Ed, and he taught me how to shoot rifle. And when somebody would score a rifleman's score at Appleseed, you'd give them 3 fucking huzzahs.
Nice.
Yeah, it came from like when you shot the redcoat in the face, like the general, right? And that would like stop and fucking like give you the fucking huzzah.
Nice.
It was so nice of them to dye their fucking coats extra bright red, so we knew good targets, right?
Yeah.
Don't waste the fucking musket balls on the grunts. They're just fucking working just like you. Except they're working to kill you. Oh, fuck. Oh, yeah. Okay, Revolution Solutions. So, how can permaculture stop us from having to fucking shoot redcoats?
I don't know that it directly can, but hopefully just using systems like permaculture to break away from the centralized industrial systems will keep the redcoats at bay, because it keeps everybody's stress levels to a point where nobody's trying to fucking kill each other.
Right. Okay. I love it. Okay. My answer would be that through the interlocking decentralized organization, the farmers were able to gather 14,400 men between 60 and 14 underarms in under 12 hours. And they didn't even have a fucking cell phone. Their decentralized network of working their land, being their own fucking boss, and running their own money gave them immense power, right? The strongest, biggest motherfuckers on the planet, organized in a central top-down fashion, couldn't fuck with them because all of it, they could feed themselves, right? They didn't listen to a higher authority, and they were in charge of their own fucking money because their currency was like cows and ducks and chickens and silver and whiskey. Real money.
Yeah.
Ah, fucking love it. Well, sorry to go on a tangent.
There's an answer. There's an answer.
It's not a tangent, though. It's your... So, yeah, tell us about your podcast. Like, how did you think it up? You've been doing this, what, a year now? Are we right on?
Yeah, just shy of a year. There was a fella Cody with Agora Brewing. He and I had interacted a lot online and met at Childerberg earlier that year, so earlier in 21.
Okay.
And we just had a lot of similar interests, but we came at things differently. So it seemed like a good fit for the two of us to kind of tag team a slew of different issues and see what kind of solutions we could come up with. So every episode we just do once a week, and it more or less, at least at the start, the idea was that the two of us would go kind of deep dive on a subject and then have somebody on for an interview following up. I don't know if you're familiar with the Macroaggressions podcast, but he kind of does the same thing. He'll do a monologue for one episode, then the next episode will be an interview. That was kind of the inspiration. But basically the idea is every episode we're trying to give practical solutions for some sort of problem. So we'll talk about different like prepping stuff, Bitcoin, using it in a self-sovereign manner, permaculture, and just general ideas of trying to live a better life outside of the systems of control.
Yeah, the systems of control. Ah!
Fuck that noise.
It starts so early. On Thursdays I'm doing a book series on Zen and the Art of Motorcycle Maintenance.
Oh, nice. I just found that one at Goodwill.
Yeah. Oh, dude, catch up. We're only up to chapter 6 right now. I just recorded like 7, 8, 9, 10 this morning. So if you don't want to read on my Odyssey, it's its own playlist, and it's just the audio, me reading the chapter. You just let it run.
Okay. Is it actually working in Odyssey? Because I've never had a good experience watching a single video in Odyssey.
Oh yeah, I watch. Oh man, I watch Jack on. I actually get notifications like when Jack goes live, when LFTN goes live on Odyssey. I get the ping, and I'm right in there.
Okay.
It doesn't feed back comments to the host, right? Because
Gotcha.
Like the YouTube comments, I can see right here. Can you see them too on your side?
Probably if I click on comments, yeah.
Yeah, if you click that comments tab, if anybody asks you a question in there, you'll be able to see it right there because I allow guests to see the comments. But it Odyssey, like this is going out to my Odyssey and to Telegram. Those comments won't feed back through StreamYard. So
Okay.
that's why I leave my phone open with Telegram just sitting on it, so I could just see if people are asking questions over there. But yeah,
Gotcha. Nice. I'll pull up Instagram as well because my Instagram stream is actually working today.
Oh yeah. So if it's going out to your Instagram stream, then it's you should be able to just watch on Instagram for comments, right? Like that's why I just leave the Telegram open in the background.
I think so. My wife tells me it's working, but I can't see anything anywhere.
You can't see stuff?
I can't see like myself being live on Instagram because I'm using Yellow Duck to backdoor through an RTMP.
Oh,
so
right.
It's not like on my account itself. It just is showing me normal account stuff.
Oh, that's funny. You're not seeing the live. Yeah, you know what? If I try to go into the live stream on Telegram while it's live streaming, it just creates this fucking epic feedback loop of just.
Oh, geez.
Yeah, so I've learned
like you're being abducted by aliens.
Just sucking your computer dry and spits it out. A little fucking toothpick with a transformer. Oh my god, man. Okay, so getting started. So you found a cool partner to like bounce to do the two-way podcast where you guys are like exploring shit from different sides.
Yeah. That was the basic idea. So kind of different areas of expertise fill in to keep the conversation going.
Right.
And having a lot of overlapping interests, but different backgrounds and coming at it from different directions. It's led to, I don't know, I think it's been a good run thus far. I've kind of been on my own the last couple of weeks because he's gotten really busy with work. He works nights, so we only have like 10 hours a week of overlapping being awake and not at work. It's just not worked out for schedule lately. But
Yep.
you know, it's carried on this long, just trying to manage 2 to 3 schedules per week, which is impressive to me as it is.
Yeah. Oh man. Oh, get this. Okay. Oh, you guys could play with this. You could record one, right, where you like ask him a question and then leave it blank. Because that's what I do with my so I go and play for my Zen ones. I play the Odyssey.
Okay.
So it's playing the sound file of me reading it, so that I can hit pause, right, and then argue with the book.
Nice. Okay.
Point shit out in the book, right? But if you guys really got to a point where you're like fucked on schedules, it might be fun. You record one, right? Leave him blanks. He can hit pause and go, oh,
I like the idea.
Yeah, like creative solutions, you know.
So if I search for that Zen and the Art of Motorcycle Maintenance, the videos on Odyssey, will they actually show up?
Search ZMM.
ZMM.
Okay. I didn't want to.
I've seen those videos coming up on.
I didn't want to piss off Persig like directly.
Yeah.
Then type out Zen and the Art of Motorcycle Maintenance and just make all the copyright shit be like.
Right. I'd seen that the ZMM videos coming through on my YouTube notifications, but wasn't sure what they meant because I missed the first one.
So when I was recording them just to lay down the tracks, I was letting it go live on my YouTube, but then I realized I was probably annoying people with all the ding 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 ding. I was like, okay, I'm just gonna do these on Odyssey because you know what? Maybe go reinstall Odyssey on your whatever you got, because literally I have the shittiest equipment known to man and it runs flawlessly for me.
I've just been using it on browser and as an example, I was trying to listen through The Real Anthony Fauci. Somebody had uploaded the audiobook there, and I could only find it by clicking on the direct link. If you searched for it, it didn't show up anywhere. It wasn't on like page 10 of results. Then when I tried to play it through my browser on desktop, it would play about 10 minutes at a time, and then the whole website would crash. And I would have to go back, find the link from wherever the hell, go back into it, try to remember where I was, click there, and hope that it would play. Same issue with the
innocuous video. I bet that was getting pounded.
It might have been, but like the John's Greater Reset videos was the same story. Like I could find the playlist more easily, but it was just constant playback issues.
Interesting. I wonder if they haven't put enough like money in their channel. Like every cent that I get over there, I just keep kicking it into my channel. I don't know if that makes it pop up more or play smoother. It's blockchain.
Oh, okay.
So it's the more it plays, the more it should play easily, something like that, because it's seeded more places.
Gotcha. Almost like Tor.
Yeah, the whole FTTP thing or what, I'm just so, I don't really know how it works. I'm like the monkey. Like, I know if I push this button, I make that thing over there happen and it works. But interesting. Yeah, no, I haven't. Yeah, that's funny. So like Willis's stuff plays really good. Jack's stuff plays really good. Nicole's shit plays really good. Just like her holler whatever's. Because Odyssey I can run with my screen off. YouTube I don't pay, so I can't, and it just sucks battery down. So
yeah.
I did it out of necessity. Well, that's why I broadcast to Telegram too.
Twitch is the same way. You can run it without the screen on. Yeah.
Will Twitch run in low bandwidth environments?
It typically does. So
yeah, it's like those ones that'll run screenshot have a way to just go audio only, maybe.
Yeah, it just goes audio only at that point. And usually if I'm having latency issues trying to have some stream playing and I've got my phone screen on while driving, just have it sitting there.
Right.
If I just shut the screen off and force it to go audio only, it'll run without a problem.
Okay, because I bet some software is then only pulling the audio file down off the cloud, right? Where some other shit is pulling them both and filtering it at the phone, and like YouTube.
Yeah, it must be.
Right, because it doesn't get any better either way. Yeah. Workarounds. See, it's tech.
Yeah.
Monkeys. I don't have to know exactly how it works. I just have to keep poking around the edges of it to figure it out.
Yep. Just find what works and exploit it to your advantage.
Yeah. Okay, so starting up a show, help some new people. Like, what's some cheap hacks? Like, how do you get good without spending a fuck ton of money?
Oh, so luckily enough, I had this microphone that was a Christmas present. Like, I think I was in high school. Audio-Technica AT2020, like still one of the the standard good recommendations.
Okay.
Because I was doing like vocal covers of
Does it
different
plug
songs.
in by a Bluetooth thing or plug into the headphone jack?
No, it's I got one of these bad boys.
Like a little mixy thing?
Yeah. Yep. Little audio interface.
Oh, little audio
So
interface. Yep. I picked one of those up.
Yep.
It's just sitting out of the garage. I haven't started messing with it yet.
Yeah, it's just got the standard microphone plugins, and then it runs to USB on the computer because it has to have a power supply for the microphone.
And that lets you turn your mic up a little bit or down a little bit. Inbound.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. I can adjust the gain from here, and then also can turn up monitors if I want to.
That's cool. Okay.
I don't like hear myself talk.
Oh, yeah. So it doesn't play back when you're talking.
It would if I turn the monitors up, but I keep them low so I can't hear it.
Right. No. Yeah. Hearing yourself back is horrible. Just seeing videos bad enough.
Yeah. I mean, especially with, man, I'm seeing like 1 out of every 6 frames right now on StreamYard. Am I coming through clean on your end?
It's a little jumpy. I think it's that blur. I think it's the blur background thing.
Okay.
Because
I've got an ass load of stuff open right now. Let's see what I can.
Oh yeah. Okay, yeah. You did. That's the other big thing. If I leave 6 or 7 tabs open and one of them's like my Gmail or something, it's just a data hog.
Let's see what else I can close.
Hey, look, someone wanting to buy one of my Drug War Vet shirts. Yes, they are. Dun, 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 dun. Those are such great shirts. Okay, so my Drug War, that's why I appreciate your shirt so much, because it took me, I had this idea for a shirt, but I'm not an artist, and it took me 3, actually the 4th person, someone who like, oh, got it, like, I'm like, you mean like that? I'm like, yes, that's fucking exactly what I meant, right?
Yeah.
Like translating someone to make a good shirt, like so succinct, but so much info in so little. I think that's the trick of a great t-shirt.
That is the trick of it. And I also just still don't feel any confidence working with text. So anything that I can do to just convey the message in a picture, I feel a lot more comfortable with, because text, to me, it all looks the same and it all looks like garbage. No matter what font I'm using, nothing seems like it fits.
Oh, you're going to appreciate this. Hold on. The fucking shirt's right here. I'm grabbing it. Oh. Okay. So, yeah, that was the big deal, right? I was like, okay, I want the text to look like it's an old shirt. Like it's been through the wash 1,000 fucking times, right?
Yeah.
So finally somebody got me the old cracked up, like, I don't know, maybe took an eraser on an art program and scratched out a bunch of the fucking text.
Yeah.
Right. But yeah, it was like, no, old, like old. And like the weed leaf picture with the fucking mushroom in the middle contrasting. So you're like, a dude was wearing one of these down at a fish shirt down in the infield, and I couldn't get over the barrier. Find out where he fucking bought it. It took me like 6 years to make that shirt because I kept telling different art people, like, no, just like this. And then I added in this. So on the front, I added in entheogenic medical division 420.
Love it.
Because from the front, like paramedics and all that and whatever, they'll think it's a legit, like, oh yeah, and they're trying to like read it, like first responders, and then you get them into the talk about like, God damn, doesn't it suck that so many fucking brothers are like in cages?
Yeah.
I wonder who put them there, And then I turn around and then they see the fucking back. I'm like, which side were you on? The side that was putting people in cages, or the side that was trying to fucking like keep medicinal like herbs of the planet alive?
Mm-hmm.
And then
they know which side they were on.
Yeah. Like, yeah. Nobody really answers. They either just like are like, motherfucker, yeah, or they walk away. And you just weed. Boom.
Yeah. People don't like taking responsibility like that.
Yeah, it's, what? So the whole deal is $5 from every one of those shirts I donate to PTSD research for vets. Because if you had a turn where you're like, oh yeah, fuck, I killed humans for the crown. Fuck, that was a horrible thing to do, right? Okay, now we can have like lots of good conversations, right? Like, how'd you turn? Why'd you turn? Like, okay, now that you realize you were doing fucking evil, welcome back. I'll help you deal with the fucking shit in your brain of like, yeah, you were responsible for a lot of death. What are you gonna do now? Like, let's go.
Let's get you fixed up and help you start healing people. Yeah,
and moving forward, right? Because then they're the best ones to go back in and grab more people back out.
Yep, boom. They're the best evangelists. Yeah.
So I met a dude at a rave over at the kids are like, come on, Pops, you got to come see this shit. Yeah, so he does raves for vets. It's like PTSD.
Okay.
Yeah, it's like nice. Molly treatment is real. I'm not kidding. If you haven't been able to, think about it. They haven't like, right? Because they're like, oh fuck, I killed a bunch of people. Yes, you did. Right? So you hate yourself. You haven't like loved yourself in a long time. You forgot the loop. You forgot the how.
Yeah.
Like, bam, 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 bam. Reminder. Oh yeah, wait, there is good feeling.
Yeah.
Like, life isn't all shit. Yeah.
So if you don't mind, mentioning who's the group that's doing the research, is that Johns Hopkins or somebody else?
I don't say.
Okay, that's fair.
Private charity.
Good. Okay. Okay. Because I know Johns Hopkins has been doing that for a while, but I don't trust a lot of anything that they're doing.
Right. If you look at the big guy right now that's like driving all the like patenting shit behind mushroom therapies and stuff.
Of course.
It's all bullshit. It's like clinical. You gotta have a fucking union card.
Yeah.
MD.
That's what I was afraid of.
Yeah, all of it, right? Patenting shit, patenting processes, like even Oregon that kind of, they decriminalized everything. So you can do anything, right? Nice. So you can help people in Oregon because there's no thing. But then if you take money for helping people, then you've entered a whole fucked up world. So now they're making
so weird
to do psychedelic therapies officially. Like you just have to take like a 40-hour class or, but you're still having to pay, get a fucking license, get approved to like work with the earth, which sounds so silly.
Yeah. God. Anytime you're buying rights back is always just like, do adults, like I'm only 27. Adults have really lived their whole life thinking that this is how the world works.
Right. It's a problem from first fucking principles. That's the whole part we're at in the Zen book right now. Cause he goes back and he takes apart philosophy. He takes apart science because he's like, hey, it's just a fucking wing of the religion.
Man. Okay.
Every question you ask gets you more questions because you know more. So now you know more questions to ask. So the further you drill down, the bigger the unknown gets. So by driving science, you're really just driving more fucking unscience mysticism. Wow. Yeah, it's great. It was written in like 1970. It was the beginning of the dude had an IQ of 170 before they fucking electrocuted his brain. Jeez. They electrically lobotomized him. And the book is like him remembering parts of his quest. And he has all his old papers and shit, but they fucking lobotomized him. So he's not an IQ 170 anymore. He's like trying to it's him piecing shit back together from the quest he was on when he went crazy. Oh, best adult dating site. Who the fuck? People with little dicks have to get off our stream.
I guess that's where I exit then.
Oh, yeah. They're mostly Russian. It's always Cyrillic. Why can't they just write it in English?
I missed it completely.
Oh, yeah.
I see. 18's. I'm not going to read that. I'm not going to read the URL. I almost read the URL out loud.
Yeah. Don't give them free advertising. Fuck that.
Porn's free, boys and girls. Don't follow that site.
If there's any hot girls out there that want to fucking throw some dating sites up, I don't care, but be you.
Yeah. Not fat Russian dudes.
Yeah. Oh, Any barefoot walking sites want to get posted? No. Oh shit, we got so lost. Okay, so your t-shirts, I heard you say the other day, are all on recycled or previously done shirts, right? You go hunt them at thrift stores.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we're at Goodwill's anyway, because I do a lot of selling through eBay.
Right.
So I'm there every weekend looking for typically tennis shoes are what does best for us. I've got a whole
That's so
whole
funny.
stack
My
over here.
fucking wife this morning is like, man, you should get in the tennis shoe business. She's like, you're missing the boat.
Dude, it's money. It's money.
I laugh so hard. I can't do it.
It's money. I'm not gonna lie. I like it. I mean, it's hit or miss, and it depends on your area. But you could buy, like, I've got a pair of shoes that I picked up while we were in Florida for $20. They're regularly selling for $200 to $800 on eBay. People are nuts about sneakers.
Dude, I buy like 2 pairs of Walmart Birkenstocks a year. My total shoe expense is like $18 for the year.
You're not my target market.
No, because I'll find them at the thrift store for like $1. Yeah, these are
Yep, exactly.
Who the fuck is buying them? Where are you shipping them? Like, what is it? New York, LA? Like, are you shipping to Iowa?
New York and California.
Yeah, I was gonna say, right? It's just the centers of insanity.
Yep.
People don't get it. When I was Uber in like downtown Seattle, you would get people that were like literally living in cardboard boxes, or like one apartment for like 12 people, right? In India. They show up over here 12 hours later. They got like a $2 million apartment. They're getting paid like 6 figures a fucking month.
Yeah.
And they never see the money as like they never go get give me a stack of 100,000, you know. I take it home to my place and throw it in the pool. Like, they just digits. It's video. It's the video game land. Everything's video gamified. So you're in that $2 million apartment, and they're building them 50 stories high across the entire waterfront. It's nothing but cranes, right? That's them. They never go down. They live up there. That's who you're shipping those fucking things to. Yeah. They'll prance around in their little apartment. Those shoes will never see the outside of a building.
I don't doubt it.
Oh, yeah. And then they live in like volcanic national forest, rainforest paradise.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And some of the most beautiful landscape in the lower 48.
And they won't ever go out of it, ever. Nope. They will not even leave their building, let alone the 1 mile around their fucking building that they got plucked off the planet and dropped into. Yeah. And they think that's America. Yeah. So
those 4 walls are all they need.
Oh, you don't know. People that like live in Seattle, like, that have never left the fucking county, like, or city, like a lot of them. And they're voting for like the people that run farms.
Yeah. Yeah, of course.
It hurts my head so bad. Oh, the voting. Yeah, every vote you need to control the state of Washington, you can see from standing on the deck of this place.
Yeah, I can believe that.
Literally, if you can
it's the same thing in Illinois. That's where I grew up.
Oh, yeah. Okay, I did time in Illinois. Yeah. 1437 West Kyler, right by Irving Park. Oh, yeah, I got my fucking Suzuki Samurai broken into like every other day.
Oh, my God, I can believe it.
I would just leave an open, big, huge note like stereo here, you know. If it was like the thrift store 8-track 50 cents, like nobody would. You couldn't leave the speakers in it, right? Those are on like quick detaches.
Oh, geez, yeah.
Oh, fuck.
Yeah. Luckily, we were what 6 hours south of all that madness, but you know, then everybody down south is just bitter that everybody up north controls everything.
Everything. Oh, yeah. God damn. Yeah, and I don't even think it's real control. I just think they control the voting machines.
There's plenty of chance of that.
Yeah. That was 20 years ago. Oh, yeah. Fuck, that town was so fucking dirty.
Yeah. You're not wrong there.
My buddy opened up a brewery in Oak Park. So he got to learn the whole underbelly of the liquor distribution business.
Oh, man. Yeah. Wow.
I tried to tell him about wholesale distribution and 3-tier distribution and like sales shit before he because he used to be a finance guy.
Okay.
You don't understand all the fucking greasing you're gonna be doing.
Yeah.
In so many ways until you get in the fucking middle of it. Oh, trying to build a thing in Chicago or do a thing or just or break into a new brand. Oh.
Yeah, I worked construction in the city for a summer, and every guy you talked to had some insane story. Almost every guy you talked to had a story of being on a job site early in the morning and seeing somebody murdered across the street.
Oh yeah, just you know what? Yeah, because when we first moved, when we first moved out of the South Side ghetto up to our first ghetto in town place, the ex used to work like across the street from Caprini Green. It doesn't even exist anymore. That's north of the river. It used to be like the oldest, nastiest ghetto. Now those South Side ones are the shit. But
oh yeah, they're rough.
same thing. It was like every morning. But it was if you weren't involved in the trade, hookers or drugs, they didn't want collateral damage, right? Because that brought actual heat. If it was just family fighting, gang shooting gangs, pimps, just business. Like you could walk the one side of the street where the workers going to work, and the other side was fucking doing their work. And as long as you don't cross the streams in Chicago, the cops let it roll. Because think how
it's just too much to keep up with, and they don't give a shit.
Well, yeah, they get the whole, they're surrounded. Right. I mean, you're running the zoo from the inside and you got to be in with the fucking tigers.
Yeah.
They can all pounce you from behind anytime. And there's only a few of you zookeepers. So, yeah, that's why that place is still, any big cities like that, it's fucking chaos.
Yeah. Yeah. Once you get that big, it's not the way people are meant to be. And I think everybody kind of realizes that.
Centralization, right? It can't yeah. I mean, even think about how crazy a fucking city Chicago and New York is. You think of trying a whole country centralized.
Yeah.
It's
just madness.
The math of the energy the system needs to keep itself together with entropy trying to, because think about every node in the centralized system, right, of Chicago. Like every one of the cops has a little side fucking scheme going, right, to run their little neighborhood.
Oh yeah, sure.
Every building inspector, every plumbing inspector, electrical, all the shakedown, right? But they're getting controlled from their central authority, but they're all have this incentive to, it's like OPEC. They all have to cheat. They all do better off if they cheat. The math is backwards to the system getting bigger or better because it tears itself apart. Who was I just listening to? A couple economists that I really follow were like, you're at this tipping point of the money system going down now because there's so much and having to just try to keep it together that it's just, the math doesn't work. It's unhinged. We're to the part of the hockey stick where people are like, holy fuck, it's a hockey stick. And once you're there, it's done.
Yep. We're deep. We're accelerating into the fourth turning.
Yeah. The interesting thing, though, is from the exact point in space-time where we fucking are being in America at the time, you're still the top of the shit pile.
Yeah.
It's the fucking Titanic going down, right? But they're shoving all the assets for protection up to the only dry part on the ship, which lasts for a while. So it's a good time to collect shit too.
Yeah.
Because it is spinning, right? And I was predicting coffee it went up 250% because it's a commodity, right? As we were going into this. But fucking last week or so, it started plunging.
Really?
Yes. It's the second largest traded commodity in the world.
Wow.
Yeah. People don't have money to go out to fucking eat anymore.
Sure.
The cutback started now, right? It's it will be, this Christmas is going to be so interesting. I think you're going to be able to kill it because they got all this fucking orders because they're all 12 months ahead order cycling. They're probably planning and ordering if you're a sales rep, you're calling on them like the week after Christmas to start your next week Christmas ad planning and fucking, okay, this is what sold best last year, blah, blah. We're already R&Ding ahead, blah, 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 blah. So all that shit got ordered during the pump it out money.
Yeah.
Right. And now
the expectation that prices were going to be higher, I'm sure.
All the way around, right? Like make it
so you overproduce and everybody gets so poor that you're either not going to sell it or it's going to be dirt cheap.
So I am expecting that it's going to be a stock up of inventory as that, and all the shit's on auto ship. Like when I used to sell to convenience stores, right? We would have displays for the year and you'd sell them a fucking year ahead. Like, you want this on your end? Stores fucking hated that shit because all the inventory just like, they can't stop it, right? You gotta fucking sell it. Yeah. So you have to market. You had to. It's the only thing you got because more pallets are coming in. Boom. So I say that's the trick this year. Hold out, don't spend any money, and wait till, if you're going to do Christmas presents, wait till December 23rd. By that time, it's going to be fire sale. Sale. Yeah. My prediction.
Keep that in mind. Yeah.
Because everybody's like, why are things like not getting more expensive, right? Everything should be. Only thing that is really energy. Everything else, look at everything else real. It's deflating.
There's just so much complexity to the system, like there's so many things go into everything that then affects everything else. They're like,
and you can't
really make predictions of where it's going to go based on one particular thing. Like they just inflated the money supply by 40%. Okay, but then what's the second and third and fourth order effects from there? We expect prices to go up because they just flooded the market of money, but everybody adjusts everything off of that, and then everything adjusts further off of that reaction.
Well, and wages are sticky. There's this whole theory of sticky pricing theory, that prices go up always faster than they come down, and wages especially, because once you start paying somebody $25 an hour for something, it's hard to offer them 18 again, right? So think of the pandemicness when it was like, blah. I thought the fucking Seattle crazy when I was running around taking pictures of all the warehouse shit at $25 an hour plus full bennies was Seattle insanity. But as I drove out to SRF, I saw like factories in the Midwest that were like any fucking line job starting at 22 plus full.
Yeah.
So
it's about the same out here too, even once you get out of the city.
That means it went everywhere. Because think about line work in the Midwest for just crap. You graduated, great, you can do it. Dude, that wasn't 25, 22 an hour plus full vacation plus bennies plus fucking stock options, all that shit.
Right.
Like 2 years ago.
No.
So they've doubled up all the wages across the country. So all those dudes in the middle of the country are flush right now. I mean, where's the money going?
I don't know.
Like
on stupid expensive sneakers that I'm selling.
Like dumb stuff, right? Because you got to put it into something. Because like nobody saves money. Nobody.
Yeah, that certainly seems so.
It's insane. Hey, what do you think about my theory? If every fucking human had $1,000 in an envelope, there would be no emergencies.
If they just maintained that?
Yeah. Like the day you graduate high school, like your 4 years of high schooling, right? Of like living for free, sucking mom's tit, like getting fed, everything provided, right? You like get to 18, like plus 1 day, have a motherfucking envelope with $1,000 worth of $20 bills in it in your fucking possession, and never will you have an emergency your whole life ever again.
I think even if you just spent the years of high school reinforcing that you maintain this, if you draw from it, you refill it, there would not be emergencies.
Fuck, I just blew out my steering rod. Okay, I go to my envelope, watch this, boom, $300. No emergency. I didn't even lose 1 second of work because the dude fixed it while I was working.
And in the next 2 weeks, you fill it back up.
Like, you don't, when you take money out of your fucking emergency fund, like, You don't get anything other than like store brand food. You
Yeah.
don't go out to fucking eat. You don't go to a concert till it's $1,000 back.
Yeah.
Then you live like a rock star again.
Everybody just needs a little gremlin pulling on their hair right here whenever that envelope is missing anything until they fill it back up. Just something mildly inconvenient to stress you out and make you do it.
That would be fuck. You know what? I'm gonna make like stupid pink fucking wristbands. If you got your pink wristband on, it means you were a pussy and you had to spend out of your envelopes.
There you go.
No, but it's so funny. Yeah, my one son believed me. He never has like nothing like phases him anymore at all because it just doesn't fucking matter, right? Just boom.
Yeah.
He's working a job, then I feel like it doesn't matter. Moving on. And the other one, like the other day, like, oh, I forgot what happened. Like, oh, I gotta wait till I get paid. I'm like, dude, you live at fucking home. Like, I know what you're paying for rent. I know about what you're making. Like, what the fuck? I'm not seeing hookers and below. So I'm just like, yeah, it's your sneakers, right? Because like,
I guess so.
The mentality hasn't kicked in yet to like, oh, I'm in charge of fucking every single thing that happens to me at all times, forever from now on.
Yeah, I think
get myself a shield. $1,000 shield. It's the best fucking thing you can do.
There you go. I think a lot of it's still just people riding the wave of the easy credit, the cheap money.
Right.
It doesn't have any value. It just, it's going to be worth less next month, next year. So you just get it away from me as fast as I can. Because if I hold on to it, I lose the game.
It's fucking insanity. It was great. So that kid got his fucking act together finally and got a job at Boeing. He started like a couple days ago. Like, now that you got a real fucking job, I'm like, let's get you a shield. But his buddies are over and they were partying and having some fun with them. And they were talking about how to make a little bit of money doing this and that, right? I was like, hey, dumb fucks, hold on. Hold on. There's a time and a place for debt. Like, if you can buy a thing on credit at 3% that because you just stole a fucking thing that you can sell next week for triple or 4 times as much.
Yeah.
Book in A. Boom. You go do it because that's called making money on your money. You put down a small fraction, acquire the thing, sell it for multiples. You make like 1,000% on your money. It's insane. I'm like, or you do what you're talking about. You go like spend $100 and you try to make $120. Fuck that.
Yeah, fair enough. That was something that was really hard for me. Just before I started really diving deep into Bitcoin, I went through all the Dave Ramsey stuff and just like learned that I was all about it. And then I start diving into Bitcoin and I'm like, this just turned everything on its head.
Wow.
When you've got a weak money and a strong money, you want to keep a lot of the strong money, and any debt in the weak money is working to your advantage.
Right.
When I've got a mortgage at 4% interest, I know I can make more than 4% of my money. So it doesn't make any sense to pay it down faster.
Right. Yeah. You're like, oh God, should I pay that down? Yeah. That seems like everything's going up at Crazy Town right now. So maybe not.
And that's basically when I made the switch from doing like double mortgage payments every month to putting that money into inventory and started flipping stuff.
Oh, you changed it to inventory for your business. Yeah. And making multiples, right? Because I was trying to tell the kids, it's not necessarily what you sell it at because the market is gonna fucking market. Like there's a price. Mm-hmm. It's out. You can know it. You can get, or you can feel it out until you make the sale. You don't know it, but you're close. So if you know you can buy it for a quarter and 4 times your money, or buy it for a third and 3, and like that is known. You know you're gonna 2x or 3x.
Yeah,
100% return. Not because they were talking about like buying Robinhood or some shit and starting to buy shares on their phone. I was like, dude, if you're not gamble, I'll teach you how to play craps.
Right. Yeah, that was basically what all the guys when I was working in an office did. They all just were like, during business hours, 2 to 3 hours a day watching stocks and shit. And I'm like, guys, I don't know. I don't have a second to myself during the day trying to keep up with the workflow here. And these guys like fucking work 12-hour days because 2 or 3 of them, they're trying to read the tea leaves on the stocks and probably hated their families. And it was just an excuse to not be there anymore. And I'm like, this is degenerate shit. And I don't want any part of it.
It's gambling. It's just, it's just parasitic.
Yes.
But yeah, if you like buying assets that produce for you, like buying a 3D printer, like really, if you're gonna use it, or like whatever, things that can make real things. Now, are you doing these on your own press, or what are you doing?
Yeah. I've got the Cricut, and I've got the heat press. I've actually got a better heat press coming in soon, which would be pretty cool. A clamshell one that's like.
So it'll do top and bottom at the same time, or it just sets it harder into the fabric or something?
So it just basically the fabric. You got the sheet, shirt laid out, and then you'll have a sheet with the design on it. So if it's like these, it's vinyl that's been cut out.
Okay.
And then I've also been working with the infusible ink, which is either cut out just like the vinyl.
Infusible ink, so it's on a sheet, and then it goes into the fabric.
This one turned out like shit because it wasn't a good quality brand, and apparently also they work better with polyester than with cotton. That's something I've learned recently. But this one's kind of faded, and it was supposed to be glow in the dark too, but it didn't turn out that way.
That's interesting.
So it's on like a paper sheet, and then you heat it. The ink turns into a gas and then blends with the fabric.
What's on the other side of his wrist?
A carrot. It's a carrot in his hand.
No, I see the carrot in his hand. What's by the wrist? It looks like a snake could be going up his arm.
Oh no, it's just part of the wrist.
Oh, yeah. No, the carrot's great. The
out
dagger carrot glow in the dark. I'd wear that to a rave.
Yeah, I know, but it was supposed to be like blacklight activated for the glow in the dark, but it didn't work. So that one was R&D.
It's good to play with though. So so the dye is going to transfer to the polyester. So it must attach to plastic. You must melt it in then, right?
Yeah, I think that it's got to be something to do with the polyester being plastic, and that's why you can do like coasters and mugs and stuff with the exact same markers and exact same sheets. It just doesn't want to bind to that natural fiber. Seems to be the issue.
Okay, so will it go through the washer dryer better once it's set because it's impregnated into the plastic versus dyed into the cotton where it could wash out?
Yes. So I've had fading with them on cotton, but I made my wife like a crew neck sweater.
Right.
It was actually Cricut brand infusible ink, and I think it must have been a higher poly blend on the sweater, and it didn't fade at all through the washer. But the white t-shirt that I wore at Self-Reliance Fest is like half as vibrant after one wash because it's like 100% cotton fucking t-shirt.
Oh, that's interesting. Because up in the Northwest, right, it's always so like moist and rainy. We always wear the like full 100% poly like thermal wear.
Yeah,
that stuff might just set beautifully.
That's what I'm going to start playing with. I found some like actually Under Armour heat gear for like $2 or $3 a piece. That's what I'm gonna start playing with. It doesn't transfer as well on darker materials because like you're basically
that's okay. So I was wondering about that. Would black work? No, black's harder.
Probably harder not because you can't like you're adding the color into the black.
Oh right.
So it's gonna really blacken it.
Black.
Yeah.
You have to. It's like, and it's not bleaching it.
Right. So yeah, it's adding ink on top of what's already there.
Okay. Well, shoot, I'll keep an eye out if I see some of those for $2 that are super light color, or like pink would probably be a good one for doing lady stuff.
Yeah.
Or light yellow.
Yeah. Let me see. I got a few.
You're like,
just sample pieces here. Like,
oh, I love it. Oh yeah, show off some of your art.
These were all vinyl.
You can order these. Can you get them on your website, or where should they go?
It's only on Etsy right now. I haven't set up a website, but if you go to lsd.ittybitty.tips, my Etsy shop is linked there.
Yeah, Josh does such a good job with those. You know what? That's what I'm gonna. I think my little chip jar thing goes there. I haven't played around with it so much. He made me one, but I don't know what's there. I don't know if I'm supposed to send him links or add shit. Do you play with it? Can you add stuff to it? Is that? Is it a tip?
So I just sent him a full list of all the links that I wanted included and like what the caption would be for the button. And he put them all in there and told me like, if I add anything else, just tell me and they'll throw it to the link tree as well. So it's like a link, it's like a link tree, but also with the
a link tree of buttons to all your properties. Go see you on Twitter. Go see you on.
Yep. And it's also got just like a little tip button with LN bits or LN URL, some implementation of LN URL
right.
to tip with Lightning. Yeah.
Oh, that's cool. Okay, so if you see shirts you like, go tip Jared. Then buy a shirt.
Yeah,
because he's got a book, right? You showed me your whole, so you can make it on whatever. You take orders, right?
Yeah. So I've got the Etsy shop, and it's just got all of my pre-made shirts up there because I've been making, like, I do all sorts of different designs, and then I'll make the shirts kind of in anticipation of what I hope people will want. But the best case scenario is you look through my full list of all of my designs, and you tell me I want that one on this color and this size. And then I know that I'm making it and selling it and not holding it in my completely full closet.
Yeah, exactly. No. Yeah, Chicken Joe gets at me for like, is that another box of shirts? It's just money in a different form.
Yes, exactly.
Oh, okay. Hold some up. Let's see. Yeah, these are great.
My screen's frozen.
Oh yeah.
I can't see what you're seeing.
Oh, you can't see. Oh, okay. Move your mic, maybe. Hold it on the other side of your shoulder. Yeah. Now your mic's not in the way. Perfect.
Okay.
Yeah, there we go. Now we see him perfect.
So you got a laserized Buddha. This one is vinyl. So I had
Is that little Bitcoins for his sunglasses?
It's Bitcoins for his plugs in his ears.
Oh, okay. First plugs in his ears. Okay, yeah.
And then laser eyes, like the meme. So with multicolor with the vinyl, I actually have to take each shape and slice it out of each other, and then they're cut separately, color by color. And I've got to make sure I line them up perfect, and then press it all at once. And when it works well,
build it on the shirt.
Yeah.
Nice. Yeah. So yeah, it's like for the multicolor art, it's like putting the screen by screen, but doing it in vinyl.
Yes, more or less.
I love it. Don't dry on high heat, right?
Correct. Yeah. Machine wash low, and then I hang dry all of my any sort of graphic t-shirt anyway, because it's just going to make the graphic last. But the vinyl especially, because it basically the adhesive is heat activated, so if you get it really hot again, it's gonna deactivate.
Oh right, it's that's why they peel off on high heat.
That thin layer of, well, I mean, it's basically the vinyl itself kind of starting to liquefy at that intersection,
because it kind of shrinks after you get it too hot, and then
just a little bit. It shrinks as you first apply it in the first place.
Oh, okay. That's why superheating them sucks. All right.
So we got start to crinkle.
Christmas is coming, people. How much are you charging?
They're $25 a piece.
Nice.
Yeah, and then I've got long sleeves are priced differently. I don't remember what their charge is, but it's just because they're more expensive at the Goodwill.
Yeah. No, how much you cut out for just a sec? Long sleeves, how much? 30?
I don't recall. It's either 30 or 35, just because they're more expensive at Goodwill.
30, 35. I got you. Yeah, no, long sleeve. That's what I hunt for up here, because it's just, permanently 50.
This one just says based and egg pilled.
Based and egg pilled. I love it. Oh, yay. End the wars.
Yeah. Simple message.
We've always been at war with Oceania. That dude, you can't see black on blue.
You can't as well, especially in the shadow.
No, that's what I learned with that drug war vet shirt. We popped that yellow up to be a poppier yellow. It was because the darker olive on the tan, it was okay, and then on the olive, it was like, oh, you can't see shit.
Yeah. You got to make sure you got some good contrast to the colors.
That's what. Yeah.
That's why I like the silver on the navy.
Oh, yeah, that silver is cool. It does look shiny. It looked metallic on that other one.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
What's
It
Bitcoin one?
definitely catches the light.
What's the grab or what's the word say on that one?
It says, "Come for the gains, stay for the freedoms."
Yes. Rope them in with like, hey, you could play this. Suckers. Just hop. Oh,
pull that one closer.
Oh. Okay. Where the heck is Bitcoin?
What the heck
where
is
the
Bitcoin?
Oh, nice. Like a Where's Waldo?
Yeah, there's this band, Set It Off.
Okay.
And they've got a hat that they made a few years back that said who the heck is Set It Off, and they put the little star in heck as if it was a curse word, and I thought it was cute, so I stole it.
Nice. Oh yeah, you always got a lift. Oh, nice.
Everything divided by 21 million.
Oh, 21 million. Yes. Oh, the deflationary aspect of Bitcoin is so fun.
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah.
So that's what I got in reach at the moment.
Yeah. Okay. So what's your Bitcoin prognostication?
What do you mean?
Howdy. I've been reading about like number of adopters, right? And as far as like pushing through like 10 million, right? So the next iteration will be up to like 100 million. It's just the wave can't be stopped, I don't think, at this point.
No, I don't either. I mean, especially as governments are continuing to do everything that they can to devalue their currency.
Right.
You know, they just continue making the case for Bitcoin without Bitcoin needing to do anything.
Yeah, the pegging is being just pulled out completely. It's pegging. So they've just I mean they used to pretend, right? Like, oh, we're never gonna just fucking print and buy our own shit. And I mean,
the veil is lifted.
Yeah. And as each of the governments around the world starts to fucking go down and throw the flag, it just, the wave starts to get like, I don't see how it doesn't reflect chilling on the centralized government. I can't see how they continue.
I don't know either. I think most people are either too busy or too stupid to understand what's going on, and both like are completely reasonable. I guess stupid isn't really the nice way to say it. Just ignorant of what's going on. There's enough people that just don't care to look under the hood that they can say whatever they want, and then you hear that on the TV, you hear it from some guy at work, and you're like, I guess that's what's happening, and you don't look at who to assign blame to. But I think that there's more and more people that are interested in seeing what's going on under the hood and seeing who's the man behind the curtain.
Like, what? You said the same opposite last week. What the fuck?
Yep.
Yeah, it's the memory holing and the disappearing of shit off the internet and we will see. I don't know. It's I was just thinking about that this morning. Okay, say you were a billionaire. Would you build yourself like a nuclear bomb and just be like, hey, if I die from shenanigans, right? 3 individual people have to hit he didn't die from shenanigans from Washington, D.C. just not existing anymore.
Wow.
So, fuck with me? Don't. I'm going to keep building shit for humanity and space stations and all this shit. Stay the fuck out of my way.
Yeah.
Or not. Your choice. Like, don't care. Like, because if you just smoke me out, it's okay. Like, 3 people whom you don't know who on the planet all have to agree that I died of natural causes within X number of hours, or you just don't have a capital anymore.
Wow.
Good luck.
That's a new idea. I haven't heard anything like that.
And somebody's been putting satellites in space like a motherfucker. So which one of the 100,000 satellites has the fucking kill thing in it? You don't know.
Yeah. Which one's the rocket launcher?
I'm just waiting. I'm just waiting.
Wow.
Because if you are a trillionaire and you could do anything, wouldn't you just play the trump card at some point?
I don't know. You would think so, but everybody just seems to go along with it.
Yeah. I don't know. Maybe he hasn't thought of it yet.
Maybe.
Maybe he just heard the idea.
Maybe just going along with it on the surface, and I'm sure they've all got their own schemes and backdoor bullshit and skullduggery and all that.
Well, yeah, like Chicken Joe this morning is like, hey, the Gold Gym CEO and his whole family just disappeared off the coast of Costa Rica this morning. I'm like, shit. Sure they did. Like that plane didn't go to Uruguay into the fucking mountainside runway and just gone. Yep. They're think about all the guys that got the like the Bush family, I think owns like, God damn it, something like 20,000 hectares down in Uruguay.
Oh, like, yeah. I've heard
that whole yeah. Oh, they just keep dead.
God grief.
Yeah. I don't know. That the math is the math, and if you understand the math, time's a constant. Fuck. The devolution. Oh
wow.
Revolution.
Yeah.
Chaos, right? Order is an illusion. It's always trying to come apart, right? It's only natural systems that are always trying to come together. Like think of every natural system. It's always trying to build itself. Like trying to grow out, grow bigger, grow better, grow whatever.
Trying to overcome entropy.
Yeah, it's
always.
So right, if you switch to the first freaking thing in the triad and just like observe, adapt, right? Go flow, use the fucking energy that's just shooting through all properties at any time. Just use the energy that's there. Jiu-jitsu it, slow it down, keep it for a while, right? And let it pass on. Like it always does. Don't pretend to be in control, and then you don't have to spend any money on control vector shit.
Yeah.
I don't know.
That's just
so it's
I mean, that's always going to be your best bet, is just seeing what the system wants to be and helping push it in that direction, adapting your expectations to what this massive system is already telling you it wants to do, rather than fucking fighting it at every turn.
Yeah, and isn't it kind of weird that shit seems to happen here? Like, why not Switzerland? Why not Bulgaria? Like, why does think about the decentralized edge of like Uber, Airbnb, HipCamp, like all of it here. Why here?
That's a good question. I don't know. I mean, it's the United States just because. I guess because we've got the government that buys all the scholars and brings them here, has been a place of massive technological advancement for 150 years now. It seems that everything kind of ends up coming from here one way or another, because we pay, the government pays the people from wherever to come here and do the work for us.
Yeah,
it's got to be an influence, I would think.
All invention comes from thought. Just from thinking, is there something magical about being in fucking chaos land?
It could be. I mean, necessity is the mother of invention.
Think about the constant fighting too of it's back to Gangs of New York and all that bullshit. Ellis Island, those movies are great, man. They're brass knuckling and fucking 2x4 everybody in the head. Mass chaos, revolutionary. Oh, it's never been a chill place. Think about it. We've been literally at war, mass chaos the whole fucking time. We haven't taken any time. We take the 20s off. That was it. 1920s. I mean, that was 100 years ago. The whole time, chaos, just total chaos. And like, I don't know. Is it like everyone else likes? Like, if you go, like, you go out from here, and it seems like around the world, it's more peaceful. They
Yeah.
just run at like a own. It's like going to Hawaii. It's kind of not here because it still has some old timeness to it. Things like if you get out of Honolulu, things slow down. But then you get around back to US-ness shit. It's like it's just fucking incredible hum.
Yeah. I feel like it's got to be something to do with world empire. Like when Rome was the whole world, probably, well, things were still probably happening largely in Italy, just because you've got tendrils out everywhere that you're sucking energy from and bringing it back to here.
The scholars were all there and shit, and the new inventions and the new stuff, right? All the it's just, I don't know. It's weird. It's weird.
It is weird
because it's the whole like time and your geographic location are so much in the middle of the whole fucking mix. Trying to think from like United States, well, Western thought, right? And then States Western thought. Because everywhere else around the world, they just think we're fucking crazy.
Yeah, that's a fact.
Yeah, they're like, you know, they just look at it and like, fuck, what the hell? You guys just bastardize and turn everything into just a crazy neon version of what it is.
Yeah. I mean, for sure. When we went to Greece for our honeymoon, we did a food tour just around the city, which is inconsequential to the story. But the guy, like, one of the first questions he asked us, since he knew we were from the States, is what we thought of Trump. And apparently that's like the thing that he first asks all of his people that he's guiding. And it's like, of all the things, that's one of the least interesting things we could talk about.
Yeah. You're like, ask me how mycelium works. So I'm like, what?
Yeah. There's a cathedral down the street that we're going to end the tour at that was built in 1200. Can we focus on that instead?
Yeah.
Way cooler.
Like, how the hell did those rocks stay together that long?
Yeah.
All the earthquakes, all the bullshit. Like, fuck, who built that stuff? Why can't we build that stuff now?
Yeah. I've been watching a lot of John Levy. Just every video he does is that question.
Oh, really? Is that why can't we build it now?
Yeah. I'll put it in the.
Oh, fuck. It's drop it in. It's I think we've been brainwashed to not think about time as a fourth dimension. I was trying to tell the kids the other day, like, we spend so much fucking time looking at screens and shit. We've in school for fucking 15,000 hours. You get trapped into thinking in two dimensions because everything's got to go on paper to get turned in. Two dimension. It's hard to find anyone that thinks in three dimensions. And then you start adding in time. Fuck, nobody thinks in four dimensions. You can rule the world. It's like, you gotta look at that old shit, those old fucking stone walls. They're just put there because the guy fucking took one rock out of the field every goddamn thing. That's like 40 years of shit, right? But then you get there like, oh man, it would cost like $1 million to like fence in 10 acres with stone wall. Well, yeah, or just free time.
Right.
And some intention. I don't know, a plan.
Yeah.
So, yeah, the whole time aspect of things, like, you could, like, people always price out the right now price. Like, right now. Okay, yeah. That's one price, but they're like, I'll get it built. Right? Shit'll just come as it comes to me. Oh yeah, that'll fit there. That's the piece for that. That's fucking do. And then you look back, like that guy in Florida that built all that rock shit. Is that the Crystal Palace, I think?
I'm not sure.
Like, yeah. Oh fuck! If you haven't look that shit up. There's like a door that pivots that's like 4,000 pounds or something. You can like push it with a fingernail.
Oh wow.
Yeah, and it's all like, how the fuck? It's like, because he had 50 years of sitting in his like a little 1 acre place, just like to play with shit. Come on. Yeah. How? I know how. The time. You spend enough time thinking about a thing, you'll figure it out.
Yeah, I think it's almost like industrialized society has taken a lot of that free time and not even just the ability, but the the compulsion to be creative.
Right.
And just do artistic things that'll last. Things that transcend the here and now.
Yeah, building a thing that will last and be around, and like like once you start building it, fuck, doesn't even matter if you're around for the end of it. You got fucking going, you got the plan, it's moving, boom, boom, boom. It's got energy of its own. It'll carry itself forward. Yeah, that's the shit. Planting trees.
Yep. Oh, I got a shirt for that too. I don't know where it's at.
Yeah. Planting trees. It's starting things, right? Getting things going, getting the energy into them enough to like, oh, the puppies are coming to see me. Oh, should we cut out? What do you think? How long we been rolling?
Hour, a little over an hour.
Yeah.
My
you got anything good?
Completely frozen trying to do a new tab to search for the Crystal Palace.
Oh yeah, I think that's what it's called. Hold on, I'll look for it right here. Yeah, like, okay, what are you going to be at? So you taught stuff down at SRF. Oh shit, talk about that.
I did not. No, I just had the little booth.
Oh, you were just okay. Yeah, you were rogue vending.
Yeah. I was the flea market that nobody knew about.
That was it's not the Crystal Palace. That's some fucking Disney thing. Get out of here. Yeah, I'll find it. Probably find it searching like obscure terms like Florida old dude rock place or something. Oh, that's right. You were vending. How did you do? How did you end up selling a bunch of stuff? A little bit of stuff? Yeah.
We traded for the one that you're wearing. I sold one that a friend on Instagram had ordered ahead of time, and I made it and then brought it there to hand it to her. Her friend ended up ordering one after the fact, and we sold a couple of jars of quail eggs and nothing else.
Yeah, what do you think about getting a table?
I think that if I am to vend at Self-Reliance Fest again, I will have a table. I won't do that setup in that way again. So either I'll get a table next year and hope for the best, or put in a lot of legwork behind the scenes to make the flea market something that people know is going on all the time. Because it was that and the flea market and the effects, like the downstream effects from being over there and nobody coming by the whole weekend. It was like the negative portion of the thing, because I saw 2 presentations all weekend.
Right. That's what I was thinking too, because I'd set up over there a little bit. It was like, yeah, you know what, maybe just somebody else had split a table. Did you see that, where like the gal had her like crystal stuff and rocks or something, and I forgot she'd split with the rock guy had the one side, and she had like CDs and crystal-y music or whatever.
Oh, okay.
So they could each go to see stuff. Right?
Yeah, split the time. Well, and my wife was there too. So that helped some, but I just felt like I needed to be there rather than having her just do my work the whole time.
Right. Now, if you want to split a booth next time, boom.
Yeah, we could probably do that.
That was a good idea. When I was like, oh, you guys split that. And he goes, yeah, we did it mostly because last time we didn't get to see anybody. I was like, you see what you want, she sees what she wants.
Yeah, that's the way to go.
Yeah. I'm like, ding ding, half price is one thing, but yeah, getting all your time back is the other half. I'm like, there it is. So she would probably get more variety of vendors too if people split booths, because you have more shit to look at, right?
Right. And you're likely to have more feet come by because you've got multiple things going on.
Because you got more stuff, then you got more shoppers. Because it's the whole like self-feeding thing, but it's not like it's got dinner every time. So anyway, if you're gonna do it again, you want to do that?
Yeah, I'd happily share a booth with you.
I didn't bring a bunch of coffee, and I didn't want to go set up a coffee booth out on Vendor Row because Nicole's selling coffee. So
I'll sell my own shit.
Oh, it was fun.
Oh, I meant to tell you as well. The day, I I think it was the day, maybe 2 days after Self-Reliance Fest, somewhere in that ballpark. We had our biggest day of listenership on the podcast ever. And I'm assuming it had something to do with your board there, because I hadn't heard mention from anybody else about the
Okay.
podcast, and I didn't really talk to like anybody about it.
Okay.
But that was I think it was October 6th was we had more than twice the listens that day than any other day for the podcast.
And you went and put it up on that YouTube swap board, or like
Yeah.
It was just everybody swapping links. Yeah, if you're listening to this now, go to the Telegram group at Scramblin University. Just scroll back in time like a month. You'll see big yellow handwritten pictures of boards. It's got like 15 different creators on there that need likes to move their channels forward. So yeah, just go by there and like them or subscribe, and then turn the notification off if it's like I won't listen to this. Cool. Still help us out. Go click
at least give them the boost.
Yeah, give them the boost. Yeah, it doesn't cost nothing. It's shit. What can you do for the community? It costs you nothing.
Exactly. I heard you mention in one of your AARs that there was some kind of like contact thing to stay in touch with people. Was that just like a VIP thing? Because I was completely unaware of that. I didn't even get my little lanyard until Sunday morning.
It was okay. Yeah, fuck. So you had to go over to that next little hut, and then they had the little index cards of like 3 things you can teach people, 3 things you want to learn, like that thing. And if you go in the Telegram group, what is her name? You'll see it. She's collecting them. So basically, you just type down the same shit, but I don't know where.
Okay.
I think she made a website or a spreadsheet or something, and it's in that SRF group. The link's there now, so you can go like click on it and see all the info. Okay. And her email's in there for like, hey, email me this stuff if you didn't get it to me. You can just take a picture of your card or write it on a card, take a picture of it.
Yeah, I never got a card.
No, it was at that table. I did it because I saw the t-shirts that she had made. So I went over to grab a t-shirt, and it was sitting right next to him.
Nice. Okay, yeah, it's Dawn Sutton. She's got the link to the form pinned in the group.
Perfect. It's pinned, yeah. So go to everybody t.me/SRF, and I think is it Self-Reliance Fest on Telegram.
I just searched Self-Reliance Fest and it came up.
Yeah, it'll come
Self-Reliance Festival Community.
It's pinned, yeah. So yeah, it's what everybody. If you need to learn something from somebody, or you can go through those and see like, okay, who does what, or if you can teach stuff, whatever. It's a good way to connect. You know who's there. It was a pretty good group. Yeah, did you listen to my AAR, the happy one?
Yes, yeah. I saw that they were 2, and I saw Addicted on the first one. I was like, oh, this is probably not going to be happy. We're gonna do them back to back.
Yeah. Dude, listen to the good one. Oh yeah, the energy vampire. Oh god.
Man, that's too bad. It's really too bad.
Yeah, it was. Dude, yeah, you know what? He'll get himself straightened out.
That's good. He hadn't come across like that abrasive to me. I don't know if he just like tamed it down more in public or what. He was definitely loud, but I could also tell that he'd been grinding your gears for long before you got there.
Yeah. Oh my
You're like, hey, how many times have I said talk quieter? You're yelling at everybody, and we're right here.
No, the thing was when I hadn't slept for 36 hours because I'd like literally driven 36 hours straight, I was like, oh my God, we fucking made it to home base. Okay. Like, there's your hammock. There's the trees right there. No, right there. Not the front seat of my car. There's the trees. And then like just talk. I'm like, dude, I'm hallucinating. By 5 a.m. I was like, seriously, if you don't shut the fuck up, I at this point I'm hallucinating. Something will happen. I have to sleep for at least 1 hour or 30 minutes, either way to make this stop.
What a mess, man.
Yeah, he had ingested like an insane amount of mushrooms like 2 days before.
Oh,
He took
boy.
like 13 grams or 14 grams.
Oh
or
my
something.
God.
Yeah, it was ridiculous. So he was still tripping pretty hard like 3 days later when he dropped into my car sick.
Lovely.
Oh, yeah, it was like, oh, oh, yeah. I'm like, hi, good luck. Figure some shit out and get back to me.
Oh.
Yeah.
The whole reason I sent a message to you in the first place. Can you give me the quick spiel on the Vortex Tea Brewer?
Yeah. Okay. So the Vortex Tea Brewer is for it's a biological incubator of liquid. You're making auger, right?
Yeah.
So by putting water and unsulfated molasses together, right, you made carbohydrate water. So anything you put in it will replicate because it'll just eat and grow. So all you do is you go get yourself like one of those 37-gallon or 45 or whatever, the big industrial Rubbermaid garbage cans, the really thick ones. Don't skimp out and spend the 50 or $60 because you're talking 300 pounds of liquid is or 300 gallons is
2,400 pounds.
Yeah, 300 times 8. It's 2,400 pounds. Or no, it's 50 gallons of liquid, right? Well, 40 gallons in a 50-gallon can.
Okay, so still 300 pounds.
Yeah, and you're about to have a 3-foot fucking cyclone going, so you don't want it out of balance, and it's some weight, and it's going to be sticky and gooey and smelly.
Yeah.
So when you flip it over, get yourself a like 3-inch hole saw, or it's like 2.5. Go buy the shower drain first, and make sure at Home Depot. I'm going to post the actual receipt.
Beautiful. Okay.
I'm making a PDF with the actual fucking receipt, so you can just
order
the item numbers. But you need the one with the center that pops out, the hair catcher shit. It needs to be just completely open, so the water can go down without any resistance. And all you do is you drill the hole, put the shower drain exactly in the center, come out of the shower drain with neck it to 2-inch, right? And then you could neck it to 1.5 if you wanted to, whatever. Then you go to a T, and along the bottom of the trash can, you just come out to the edges, kick a 45 in it. So you start to come up, right? And then in that little part that's going 45 out so that you can get clear to go up to come back in, drill. Actually, don't drill. If you're going to use 2-inch or 1.5, whatever it is, put a T in on the 45 rise. And when you put a T in, it gives you an open port. So in the open port, you want whatever it is that will go in the hole and glue. And then the other side of it, you want the flat one with the threads. So you want 1/2-inch thread, I believe, right? Because the brass air fittings are 1/2-inch pipe thread. So you need that PVC piece for those 45s where they're going up to have the injector port for the air. Yeah. So you need the little tube that snaps in, glue that in, right? And now you got your thread parts.
1/2-inch nipple. Yeah.
Yep. And you screw your 1/2-inch nipples in on either side, use some thread tape. Right. Because then continue on just a little section further, put on another 45. So now you're just going up on the sides of the garbage can. When you get all the way to the top, I made mine so they come back in right below the lip, or you could go over the top and back in, but you don't want to lift the water much higher than the actual water. Then you're not lifting that much.
Right. It takes less power that way.
Way less power. So I made mine from I drilled like little 2-inch holes and put 90s on them so they come back in through the garbage can right at the top. Leave that big hefty lid. Don't fuck with the lip. Go through the side.
Yeah, that's where all your strength is.
Yep. And then once you get through that little straight pipe that you put on the male part, right? Put another female 90 connector and just turn them opposite
each other, and that's what's causing your flow.
Yeah, and as the water comes out, it's throwing weight onto a pile of sand, well, water, right, in the same direction, both sides.
Yeah.
So it helps because the weight's being pushed. It's like, think about it as that's your stir rod, right?
Yeah.
And at the same time you throw the weight on top, it always water self levels, so it pushes on the bottom. So the more you push on the top, the more it pushes on the bottom, and it starts the cyclone. And once the cyclone starts, so the one I had made here, I had 60-watt pump on. You know, the air pumps that just have the one little nipple out the front. The diaphragm pumps. Yeah, they're a little bigger than little square fish tank pumps. They're the kind of metal rigid ones. Get those. The one that I had originally on mine was 60 watts. That thing fucking hums. The one I bought for SRF is 20 watts. I tried to make a mini, and it did spiral. We got the vortex.
Yeah, it did. It did have a good vortex.
Nah. A good vortex. You can put your arm in all the way to the bottom drain and put your finger in the drain, and it's dry.
Oh, wow.
Like,
wow. Okay.
Big vortex.
Yeah.
So 3 times the amount of air. Okay, so then all you do, hang your pump up on the side so it's way the hell high, so that if the system ever shuts off because power gets tripped, it's not lower than the water level, or your pump will back up with water and kill the pump.
Okay.
So you could mount a 2x4 across the top, screw it into that. I just put it on paracord and threw it up over something above the thing and hung it on that. Whatever, you just want it above the water level. Yeah, and then so you have it coming out of the pump, put a T on it, so you got 2 air lines, one to each side, goes in, and then the air bubbles going up those tubes push all the water on top of them, right? The water's
they carry the water up.
Yeah, like smashes down the air bubble, right? But at some point you can't compress the air anymore, and it's enough weight to lift the water up, and it just keeps throwing water out the top continually.
That's cool.
And it never stops. So yeah, you can, it depending on heat. I throw a 300-watt fish tank heater in mine because I'm up here and it's 50 something all the time, and bacteria loves 75, 80.
Okay.
So you're shooting for maximum, like, I don't know. It depends if you want fungal or bacterial, right? Whatever you put in the molasses, you're going to get more of. So I use like a lady's pantyhose so that I can spray it through my sprayer later. And that was the other adaptation that we put on this one, was way low in that system when it was going across the bottom. We added yet another T, and we put a garden hose on the open hole. Okay. It was another 1/2 inch threaded, right? And I went and got garden hose so that I had an actual outlet at the lowest point in the system, so I could hook it up to a soaker hose. I could hook it up to like a pressure washer, and think about going around your yard, all your fruit trees. If you could hook that to a pressure washer and be able to blast that shit 60 feet in the air.
Yeah, get a good foliar spray.
Yeah, it's a great foliar spray. So yeah, I go take handfuls of earthworm castings and throw them in the stocking, and usually just run earthworm. I mean, think of what you pay for worm juice.
Yeah.
You know, what if you just make 50 gallons of it? Or you just go get good worm juice, right? And dump it in there.
Dilute it. Yeah.
Cook it down, man. Make 50 gallons of it. It's it's a breeder. It will build whatever you throw in it.
Okay.
Like
so where does that pantyhose full of whatever biological material, is it just sitting?
I just tie it onto one of the handles and chuck it in the water stream, so the water is just flowing by. It's a tea bag.
Yeah. That's what I figured. The hose was to keep it from getting all the solids into the water, but it's still washing over and brewing.
Still washing over it, taking all the life out of it. Yeah, extracting it.
That's so cool. Okay.
Yeah, so you can, like, Billy Bond was talking about going over and scraping up like John's forest floor, like all around the property, get different handfuls, right, and making like a John's biological mix for his property, and then inoculate the trees with that, because obviously whatever's there is keeping the current trees living.
Right.
So get his stuff into groove with the current stuff quicker is my life.
I feel like the possibilities are endless with what you could do with it, and in ways on your property with stuff from your property that's going to continue to benefit stuff on your property.
Yeah, or if you have an ailing property or a problem, maybe you go out and get biology from a place that you've like walked in. You're like, oh, this place is like feels right, is right, looks right.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, I'm just gonna grab a handful of like leaves off the forest floor. Like nobody's gonna be like, hey, put those leaves back.
Right.
Put that debris back.
That's cool.
Yeah. So it's just, making teas, spraying them. It's just a different, like the commercial ones are ridiculous. When I looked at it to like, I was trying to do Seattle like right before the fucking scamdemic. I was trying to do like the super eco hippie lawn, right?
Okay.
It would just, have you heard Paul Wheaton's thing on like the whole like front lawns and all that? And just,
I think so.
It's like the number one thing you could do to like change the amount of shit going into the water system is like you could just get people to not grow fucking King George front lawns with as many chemicals as possible. And then being in Seattle, right, everything drains straight to the Sound. It's just in the drain straight to the ocean. So to go through the fucking gated neighborhoods of the golf course with every like drain that has a painted salmon on it, right? Like drains the sound. And then like in every fucking yard, there's a Volvo with like save the salmon and then ChemLog. Like,
yeah.
Oh, the fucking insanity made my head hurt. So I was like, we should do Seattle True Green Lawn, right? And
there
do
you
the
go.
tea brewer and just go blast the fucking lawns with like mycorrhizal inoculation with molasses and some like natural nitrogens. Just give them like, all right, you want fucking grass? I'll show you how to do grass. Not kill everything you touch.
Yeah.
Oh, but then I just couldn't bring myself to fucking do it. So that's how the brewer came into existence. But
it's cool. I heard your guys' roundtable before Self-Reliance Fest, where like everybody was popping in and stuff, and I looked up how much those fucking commercial brewers were. I was like, holy shit! Just for a container that makes the water spin.
It's so stupid. So when I do get the PDF, if you were at SRF, I will put on there the code for everybody. It's free. Yeah. For those of you not free, it'll be on my Food Forest Farms website, and it's going to cost like $2.
Yeah. I think that's totally reasonable.
Yeah. The whole shopping list from Home Depot. I took a picture of it in detail. So I could you could literally just sit there and type in the item numbers and build it. And I think we built it all in. It was, $220. I would spend $10 more on the bigger pump.
Okay.
So it'd be $230 all in. And I think the cheapest commercial one was like around $800. So,
yeah. I was seeing them like not that huge for like $2,500.
Yeah.
Like who uses this?
Well, it's system people, right? That get taught in the school. Like when you need a thing, you go to a catalog and you buy the first thing. You might look at 3 of them and you're like, okay, they're all around $3. Oh, that's what they cost. Oh, like, I'm gonna save. I'm gonna get the $1,500 one. No, like literally they're $200.
Yeah.
And I don't know, a half an hour of your fucking time.
It's nothing.
So my Squatch Talk 3. If you go back in my audio shit and pull that up, it's half on the Vortex Tea Brewer and why it exists and how it works and all that. And the other half is called my Living River aquaponics system for seed starting or plant starting. You can plant, when we were doing commercial cannabis, you could start like 1,000 cubes on a fucking 2x8 table. And it would bring off like a $9 Harbor Freight pump for like ever. For nothing. No, like nothing. I think I put like a quarter worth of peroxide in it once a week. I don't know, maybe 5 cents worth of organic newts. But yeah, you put roofing like the wavy roofing, the fiberglass shit, right?
Yep.
Throw that on what do you call those things? Sawhorses, right? Yeah. One end needs to be slightly higher than the other end, not by a bunch, because you don't want like a living rapids. You want a living river. And then all you do is just chuck hydroton over the whole thing. So it covers all the waves and is like, oh, maybe like 1.5 inches higher than the waves, right? So just cover the thing with hydroton. That's it. Then put a cheap ass cooler at one end. So the 2-inch just drains into the cheap ass cooler. You can get a little 50-watt fish heater because you're talking a cooler.
Right.
It's not going to get cold. Set that thing to like 78 degrees, right? Like perfect seed starting a little baby plant temp. So like they'll always be in heaven and never have a half degree of temperature change ever, right? You run a black hose up to the top of the table. You tie it down with paracord on the one side. You run it to the other side, tie it down, and you stick a cork in the end of it. And then you get your little drill out. Each time there's a valley, just drill a 16th hole in it. Doesn't matter. Turn the $9 Harbor Freight pump on and never turn it off, ever. Just let it run. Because the pump will run for years if you don't turn it off. Now you got little trickles coming down each stream, right? Eventually they'll clog up, but you'll notice before all of them do. The thing with hydroton and all that aquaponic shit, it wicks water. Soon as you understand water defies gravity as soon as there's pressure, as soon as you create a tiny space for capillary action, up to the top of the fucking New York skyscraper. Like, gravity doesn't exist in tiny spaces. It works in reverse. So the capillary action, right? Because my whole thing was plants by the side of a river never seem to die. They always seem to not be waterlogged and have root rot, right? They just seem to work it out. So if I just run water underneath them that has nutrient in it and let the gravity take up and as they grow roots, they'll take up more faster, right? And it will capillary faster because it's drier, so it'll take more water. It all works itself out. But the beauty of starting in that is when you take your grow cube out, you just, your little plant gets up to 3-4 inches, whatever. Pull it, shake it, go plant it in dirt.
Yeah.
New cube in. So if you want a 16-foot by 2-foot table, you just put two together and make them overlap by 6 inches or so and just make sure water going downhill. It's infinitely expandable. And if you make it 4 foot or less across, you can reach across.
Right.
So
how do you, what do you put on the sides to keep that contained?
Nothing. It ends in one of them ends down and one of them ends up. The down one, that first trough is just maybe you don't use it. Maybe it's a little light.
Okay. But so there's nothing on the sides to keep the hydroton from just like
it falls on the floor. Sometimes you sweep it up and chuck it back on the pile. Yeah, fuck.
Okay. No, so this is it's not a very deep system.
No, it's just, think about like each of those valleys, right? You just need to get I use Root Riot cubes, right? Those spongy cubes. Those also wick. So as long as those are in enough not to tip over, that's all they got to be in. Good enough. Boom.
Okay.
Stick your clone in the cube, stick the cube in the fucking thing, keep working down the table. By the time you get to the end, 12 days later, go back to the beginning, shaky, 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 refill. Never stop.
Man. Yeah, that's simple. It's very similar to what we've done for seed starting the last few years, except we've just kept our little start plants in static water. So obviously we always end up with algae issues because it's static water under a lot of light. But just having constant flow, it's basically the same setup, but it's not going to have the algae issues.
The light can't get it, right? Because the water's flowing under the rocks and it falls into the cooler that's also in the dark, right? And then
it's aerated, it's constantly moving.
Massively aerated. The amount of aeration into a still pool by a falling water stream is more oxygenation than by one of those stupid fucking fish stones running with the bomb and paying money like that. Breaking of water by falling water. And think about each one of the runs off every 2 inches is another stream into that.
Right. Yeah.
Oxygenation is not the problem. Yeah, it's the simplest. Oh, I trust me, I built up fucking 100 different ways. I was going
finally settled on the simple solution.
Speed and simple. That was it. That was all. As fast as it could go, and build it as long. And like you could do basil. Anything you can clone. Anything you can clone, you can just roll. And then 90-watt LEDs with like 1-watt chips. Pretty good. It like because you can put them right on top of them. You know, get them like right down within a foot. Just hardly any power. Fuck, all day. Oh, you scratched out. Do, 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 do. Come on, interwebs. Oh. Did we lose Jared? No. Oh, no. Oh, man. That was so good. We were getting into some serious aquaponic shit. Oh, let's see. Oh, hey, there's Jared's fountain right there. Ba, ba, ba. I'm going to stick that in the comments. Oh, paste. Whoops. Oh, what did I just do there? I don't know, but I think that worked. Revolution solution. Oh, I posted as him. Interesting. Well, there we go. Hey, I was posting as SCRAMBLIN before. How the hell did I do that? I have no idea. Oh, let's see. Hold on. Oh, wrapping up. Oh, that's so funny. Okay, there's Jared right there. He hit me on Telegram. His computer just took a shit on him. So I just dropped his fountain into the comments over there on YouTube. So go to the comments on YouTube if you want to go see the Revolution solution on fountain. If you want a direct link, if not, just go look it up. It's a picture of a tree on top, roots on the bottom. It's really cool. Can't miss it. Black and white, black and gray. All right. Well, it's been an awesome day. No time for commercials. Commercial. It's been crawling across the bottom the whole time. If you want fucking great coffee, or you want Airbnb, or you want to stay at our HipCamp, just go to foodforestfarms.com. Or you want to see the church I started, or you want to get involved with the SquatchFEST, or you want to join the C4. Who knows? Go. Check it out. Thanks for sticking with us this far. Some of the technical difficulties, but it was a great show. Jared's a great human. Definitely onto some super sweet projects. Go check out his podcast. Yeah, definitely worth listening to. All right. Have a great day. Love you guys. Be cool. Do epic shit and all that.